Do you ever just sit free and have like nothing to do? So you open your laptop, you go to Goodreads, you start browsing, and you discover new features. I was so shook when I found this one. But today I have found this board called New Releases on the Goodreads app, or the Goodreads website technically. And for today's video, I'm going to be reading some of these fall new releases, and we'll get in the fall mood together. I would love to read it on like a gloomy day with a candle burning or whatever, but that is fun. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into our video. Hi guys, so I've started with book 1 for this video on my Kindle. None of This Is True by Jewell. So the story actually follows this one woman. Wait, I forgot her name. Why is this literally me with every single book? Okay, yeah. So there's this woman called Alex, and she's actually having her birthday at this pub or whatever. She's turning 45, and in the bathroom, this other woman walks up to her called Josie, and she actually tells her that, hi, I'm your birthday twin. I'm 45 today as well. And then they start talking, and it turns out they have a lot in common, except that Alex actually has done more in life than Josie has. And Alex actually has a podcast wherein she interviews all these famous, influential women and talks about their life. She is kind of bored of what she's doing on the podcast right now, so she's looking for new ideas and inspiration so she can like come up with something new, come up with something more interesting, because like she's getting bored of the whole inspiring woman thing. And Josie actually walks up to her and tells her, listen, I haven't really done much in my life yet, so I can't be on your podcast and say that, oh look, I've achieved so much, but invite me to your podcast, let me come over. I actually plan on changing my life, right? I'm gonna do something that changes everything. You have to read the book to understand, but point is, Alex is intrigued by the idea, so she lets Josie come on. They start filming, and Josie starts telling Alex all about her life, which is messed up, until the point where Josie actually somehow makes it into Alex's house, and then she leaves, and then when she leaves, there are more questions left behind. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm basically just summarizing the Goodreads review and what I've read so far for it. So many people have been loving it online. They've been giving it 5 stars. It's like the best murder mystery thriller book they've ever read in this year, maybe in like their entire life. And so many people on BookTok are loving it, but right now, frankly speaking, I'm just bored. I'm like 75% of the way through this book. Down there. It's the first book I'm reading on my Kindle, so I don't want it to be a bit of a disappointment because that would kind of suck. But anyway, I'm trusting all these people. I am currently bored. There was only one plot twist at the very beginning of the book that got me. I started a couple of days ago and I was really intrigued then, so I was like going through it, but like now I'm just slugging by. The story is divided into 4 parts, and I managed to finish like part 1 in the very first day. I started like a couple of days ago, like I said. But then after that, I'm just like stuck on part 2, part 3, wherever I am. And it's just boring because like all the plot twists that are coming up right now, I've been theorizing. And maybe I've read too much Agatha Christie in my life because I'm able to guess it, which is not fun. Because I'm not getting shocked. And I rate thriller based on the shock value of the plot twists, how they got me, if I didn't see them coming, if I was on the edge of my seat, on the tip of my toes trying to like figure it out. But like right now, I'm just bored, unfortunately. So I hope it picks up. I'm 75% of the way through the book, like I said. There's only a little bit left, and the day is bright. I have finished all the things I was supposed to be doing, which means my entire evening is clear. I was supposed to edit this video. It's up, it's perfect. There are these other things I had to do for school, all done. So I think I'm just going to continue reading this book. Maybe we'll finish it today. But yeah, that's the update. I didn't know what to update for because it was just boring. These plot twists are coming up, but I'm not into it. I haven't connected with it. It's very entertaining, the beginning aspects, but then after that, I think the middle just like kind of drops slow for me. But anyway, I'm going to continue reading. We will see what happens. I will update. And yeah, I've been rambling. Goodbye. Hi guys, so I'm back again. As you can tell, it's much later. I'm in my own room, and I had gone out this evening. I made the smart choice of taking my Kindle with me because I knew I wouldn't really be doing much. I was reading on the drive and I managed to finish the book. Unfortunately, I'm very conflicted on my opinion as to what I'm gonna have to say about it. Lisa Jewell, the way she writes her characters, the last time I said I wasn't really connected, that was pretty much a lie now that I think about it, because the way what happened to these people affected me is very concerning. And the ending of the book, look, there were a few plot twists thrown here and there, but I mean, it was nothing mind-blowing to me because I'd already guessed most of it. That's the thing, see, thrillers, they're either hit or miss for me, which is why I try not to gamble with too many times, if you know what I mean. But I took the chance here and I really don't know what I have to say about it. Characters, they are very well written. They are very human and morally grey. I mean, you see them, you know they're bad, but you're still sympathizing with their actions because you're in their head. It's still third perspective, third persons, but like you're still in their head and you are, you know, watching them contemplate their actions, watching them maybe regret or maybe express why they did it in the first place. And it makes you understand in a way. It shows you the grey parts of a human and how not everyone is black and white, not everyone is a villain and a hero. It's a mix of both. That's why the middle grey, which again, I don't know what I want to think about this book. It did affect me. I've been thinking about it since I finished it this evening. But yeah, the thriller aspect of it in itself, the plot twist, they didn't really get me. The one in the last page, if you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. That was the only thing I hadn't guessed, and that got me. So that was good. The rest of it, I don't know. If the characters weren't written so realistically, maybe I would have not enjoyed the book as much. And I don't know if that makes sense right now because I really like unrealistic settings as well. But the way these people made me feel is something I want to talk about right now. And I still don't know what I want to say. So yeah, the book has left me very conflicted. At the very end of it, you find out that the whole podcast thing that Alex was doing, it's an actual podcast. And it was made specifically for the book. So I'm gonna have to obviously go listen to it after I'm done filming this clip, which is so fun. I'm excited. But the book itself, currently I'm sitting at maybe like a 3-star rating. I'm not too sure. I might increase it later, might decrease it depending on how I feel, maybe leave it the same. But for now, yes, I don't know what to do about it, and I feel so terrible not giving it a 5 stars like the others are. It's just I didn't enjoy it as much, and I don't want to be mean in my way of doing it. 3 stars is still very high. It's just the thriller aspect of the book didn't really hit for me. The plot twists weren't really doing it for me because I had guessed them. And so to kind of vary things up a little bit in this video, the next book I have chosen to read is The Blonde Identity by Ali Carter on my Kindle again because I'm having so much fun. I'm breezing through books on this thing, and it's so weird because like books are this fat and on this tiny little thing, look at how small it is. I've got the green one, I'm happy, but I'm just flying through these books. So anyway, I'm gonna go read The Blonde Identity now. That's all I had to say for Lisa Jewell's book. I have another one of her books that I physically own. I'm not sure really what it's called. Maybe I'll show you later in the video. And people really love that. I'd say it's very dark and it hits. So I will read it eventually in the future. I will read some of her other books as well. This was a great starting point. But I mean, again, I'm very conflicted about how I feel. The book, it's unrealistic, the whole podcast setting and meeting your birthday twin. But then it's realistic in the same way because of what happens later. It shows you how humans are not the best creatures to exist because they're morally grey and because of some things. But I mean, the world is crazy. That's what I learned from the book. Don't just associate yourself with anyone or anything that you don't really know very well. And things can get dark. But yes, this book really felt realistic in the sense that it could potentially happen to anyone. And I mean, yeah, that's all I want. Look, I'm really confused as to what I'm supposed to be telling and updating with right now. I don't know myself what I want to say. It's just I need to go read the next book. So I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to stop rambling now. Yeah, goodbye. Hi guys, so last time I updated it was Friday, I believe today is Tuesday, and it's been some time. So I actually ended up spending my weekend reading this other book my friend wanted me to buddy read with her, which is why I didn't really read much of this one. But what I read, I sped through and I was literally binging the bits I was reading, so that's fun. That's a pretty good update. And then I had things to do, I had plans, whatever. So it's Tuesday, I have blocked out my entire day to just be reading today. I have cleared out my schedule so we can continue reading The Blonde Identity, and this book is kind of perfect. So we're actually following this girl. She wakes up in the middle of Paris, she wakes up on like a street, she's bleeding and she's got amnesia, so she can't remember who she is. And she doesn't remember anything from her past life, nothing. And then there's this like guy standing above her, he's like holding a gun and he tells her to run because she's in danger. So while on the run, she figures out that she's this spy and she's actually gone rogue, which means the government and all the bad guys are actually after her life. So the guy that originally told her to run away, he comes in later and they like meet or whatever, and he tells her, oh no, you're not actually a spy, you're a rogue spy's twin sister. So he used to work with the spy and he knows that she isn't, she's the twin, and now she doesn't have any spy skills, she doesn't have training, nothing, and there are these people after her life for something she hasn't done, and she can't defend herself either because like she's not equipped for it, I'd say. So now this girl, the twin Zoe, and the guy, they end up pretending like they're a fake married couple or whatever, and they like run across Paris, run through Europe, and they try to clear the twins' name, which is so fun. I mean, the way it's written, oh my god, the banter, I am literally squealing every 2 minutes, and anyone sitting around me thinks I have gone mad, but this book is doing it for me. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up giving it a high rating because like I'm loving it right now. I love the pacing, I love the writing style. All I know is that I want to read more books by this author after I'm done with this. So that's so fun because I found a new favorite author. I love her writing style, I love the way the story is. I love so much about it. Can we just talk about that? Anyway, I'm having a great time. I'm gonna go finish this book right now. It's just so hard to like peel myself away from reading on my Kindle and like updating. I'm speeding through books here, and it's hard to pull myself away from this book just to talk to anyone or like do work and stuff. So I'm just gonna go finish it this evening, and I will update, and then we can start our next book. Bye. It's 1 in the morning right now. I should probably go to bed, and I am really tired. I most likely will. I just need to update. So I did read a little bit of the book, and by the way, the battery life on this thing is great. This is my second book that I'm reading on my Kindle, and I haven't had to charge it since the first time I charged it, so that's fun. But I mean, it's pretty low now, so whatever. But I started reading again after, I think, what was the last clip? I think it was in the afternoon. But anyway, I read a little bit in the evening. I had found this playlist on Spotify. Things were going great. Then I ended up going to the local like craft market. Just look at what they had on sale. I didn't go to buy anything specific, and so I walked out basically with nothing. But I mean, it's fine. I had fun. And then I came back, and as you could have probably made out from the last clip, I was eating pasta for dinner. I probably took like 2 hours to eat that pasta, which is very concerning. But it's because not the last half, but like the last, I'd say, quarter of the book, the part where I picked up back from, it was so full of plot twists. I just kept having to put my spoon down and read, and then it was either that or it was me squealing at the littlest, cutest things that happened, because oh my god, the banter in this book. Please just go read this book. If there's one book you read this year, I keep saying that in every video, but if there's one book you want to take after reading this video, then I should probably read this one. But anyway, I'm not done with it. I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go to bed now. I'll continue tomorrow morning. The plan was to finish today, which clearly didn't happen, but I will finish tomorrow. I love it. I'm really gonna rate it high because like I've reached the ending and I probably can predict what's happening, but because of how distracted I was the entire book by just how cute it was, I wasn't able to guess the other plot twist, so we will see. In a Goodreads update that I made, I said that this book feels like the kind of movie you'd play when your friends come over for girls' night, and I still stand by it because the pacing is perfect, the writing is perfect, the banter is perfect. This book is perfect, just go read it. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye. Hi guys, so it's now the next afternoon. I have not continued to read the book because I was like busy all morning, but now I have the time. We can read right now, we can read throughout the evening. Maybe we can finish this book, which I'm positive that's happening today because there's only a little bit left. In my sleepy induced state or whatever last night, I didn't realize I had only 20 pages left on this. So I'm gonna go finish this now, then we can start the next book for the day, and it's gonna be fun. So yeah, the only thing that I forgot to tell you last night is that this book has a bunch of not a bunch of, it's only got a couple of movie references. One is Speed and the other is The Parent Trap. And can I just say, those two are a couple of my favorite movies ever. So I mean, it feels wrong not to play it while reading the book, but I mean, I don't want to go run, get my laptop or whatever. We will see. But anyway, this book has the references, I love it, and yeah, that's all I need to say. I'm loving the banter, I'm loving the tension. I don't really remember what I said last night. All I know is that this book is pretty much perfect and I love it. And I should probably go finish it now and stop rambling. So I'm gonna go do that. And yeah, goodbye. And I finished the book. So I don't have my Kindle on me because I finished it just in time before the battery died out. So it's charging right now, which means I can't really start the next book I have to for this video. But that's fine because I'm going to spend the time while it's charging watching The Parent Trap and Speed, because this book made me want to. I needed this, especially after the previous book we read in the video, None of This Is True, and how that had heavier concepts and like heavier plot lines, and this was just so light-hearted and fun, and it was basically everything I was looking for. I really loved it. There were times when this book just made me feel giddy and happy and just like love it. I still love it obviously, but anyway, this book also made me go, and as soon as I finished it, go to Goodreads and like update and put in a review. And if you've seen my account, I don't really review the books, I just rate them. So that just shows what the book did to me, and I loved it. The last few bits, I was basically just annotating or giggling or smiling or squealing or like gasping because that book made me do that. It took that out of me, and I need to go and find something similar to this book. If you have any recommendations, please put them in the comments. I really need it because I don't know. I wish I made it last a little more rather than just binge reading it. Then I had fun binging it at the same time, so I won't really blame myself. But yeah, I mean, I want something more like this so I can make it last longer and read some more. I have to go read more books by the author now. And this read was a success. I ended up giving the book 4.25. The two characters, the two sisters, the one who's the spy and the girl who got amnesia, they're queens. The guy Sawyer, literally so sweet and perfect. This book, the ending made it come, it was very sweet. It made it kind of come full circle if you know what goes on in the book and you understand. I hope there's a second book coming. See, she hasn't really said anything about it, but I really hope the author writes a second book based on how the first one ended. It's not exactly a cliffhanger. I really want more of these characters, and if the author gives them to me, I will take it. So anyway, that was a 4.25. I really loved it. The Kindle is charging, so I might continue reading the next book on my laptop or something. For now, I just want to go watch those movies. So I will see you in a bit, and you know what, I'll just tell you the book we're starting. So the next book we're starting for this video is Good Bad Girl by Alice Feeney, who is the author of Rock, Paper, Scissors, which if you've heard that, it's like the thriller that's up there in Book Talk books, along with The Silent Patient and like Gone Girl, The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. It's basically up there, it's really popular, and this is Alice Feeney's new release, Good Bad Girl. I don't really know much about it except that the fact that it's set on Mother's Day. And today isn't Mother's Day, but like, I mean, it's okay, it doesn't matter. Now, I do want to read something that hits fast. I'm in the mood for that because of how stakes and everything in the previous book we just read, Blonde Identity, made me want it. So I hope that gives it to me, and I've been seeing great reviews about people reading it and loving it, so I'm excited. Anyway, I will meet you back when the Kindle is done charging, and I will come in, and then we can continue reading or something, whatever. Goodbye. Hi guys, so I'm back here. It's been one nap and a Kindle recharge later. We're at full battery, and it's still bright outside. Look, it looks really pretty. I hope it's focusing, but anyway. And I think it's time we can just start the book. I'm excited. I want something fast, keep me on my toes, keep me at the edge of my seat, literally. And yeah, I just want to get something I can binge. So I'm going to stop rambling, and let's just start this book. Goodbye. Hi guys, so it's been a while since I updated this vlog, and I think it was Wednesday evening that I was reading our book, and it's Sunday night, or it's technically going to be Monday in like 10ish minutes. I don't know, it's pretty late, but this book has been going a little slow for me, which is why I have not been updating. So I'm like 197 pages through, which is 200 basically, and it was only about 100 pages into this book that I started understanding what's really going on. What's happening in the plot. I started understanding, figuring out the characters, whatever. And the storyline is very complicated to explain, so I'm going to try my hardest. But I have like 100 pages left, so I'm understanding bits, and yeah, it's starting to make more sense. So the story starts off 20 years ago on Mother's Day, and there's this like woman, she's in the supermarket, she meets a colleague, and her baby gets stolen from her stroller. Now fast forward 20 years, and there is a woman who is murdered in an old age care home. So now you're trying to figure out how these two crimes connect, and we're actually following 4 different characters. So we're following this one woman called Edith, who was in the care home, her daughter Cleo, this one woman called Frankie, who we don't know how she's connected at all, and this girl called Patience. She works in the care home where Edith is, and we have perspectives in each chapter from each of these characters' point of view. Now the story is very slow and like, I don't know, how complicated to explain, to understand. Even when you get into it, it's very slow. But the one thing I like about Alice Feeney is her writing style. It feels so rich, and I don't know why I'm explaining someone's writing style as rich, but like, it gives me rich vibes. I don't know, it gives me very elegant, beautifully written. It's not poetic or lyrical in that way. It's just very elegant, and the way these little things are described like so well, and how she gets to it is very interesting. I mean, I'm gonna put a quote up for you. I took a photo of it like a couple of days ago because I wanted to tell you about it, and I don't know, it's just like blowing me off how someone can write like that, because it's so good. But yeah, the main aspect of the book is how these bad things happen to good people. So now good people have to do bad things because of the things that happen to them. So it basically treads over the fine line between good and bad, and what people will do, what people have to do, and like if you were in their shoes, what would you do? So you're like sympathizing with all these characters, their past timelines, their present timelines, and their futures might be interconnected, and you don't really know how until you start reading, like 100 pages in or whatever. It's a bit slow, but it picks up. And then when it starts connecting or whatever their past, you figure out all these things and secrets about them that you didn't know already. And stuff that was buried under starts coming out, and then you're like just gasping, oh, that was me. But anyway, I have 100 pages left. I am getting a little bored right now because the book has been in a bit of a slump for a while, and it's putting me off. But it's definitely giving fall because it's set in like London, it's like cold or whatever, there's this crime going on, so I don't know, I picked the perfect book. But I really do hope it picks up a little in terms of plot and gets a little faster, because I understand bits of what's going on right now, but I need like a plot twist to keep me going, because like I said, for None of This Is True, the reason I didn't like it at the very end was because it makes you wonder who did this crime. It leaves you with that question, and then in your head, who do you believe did it? And like, that is not my favorite kind. I need something that's very plot twisty, and the last page gets you, but I need something throughout the middle to keep you going. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be in a slump, and I don't want to be reading like 300-400 pages just to get to that one last page for gratification. That is not me. I rate my thrillers based on how the plot twist got me, and then according to that we will see. So I have hope still. I really hope it picks up, because I do want to try her other books out. People say so many great things about them, and I did fall asleep for a little bit this evening by mistake because I was tired, which means we can sit up a little bit and read tonight, which is fun. I have 100 pages like I said. Let's see how far in I can get. Maybe we'll try finishing tonight. I've been saying this for the past couple of days to myself, even though I haven't been updating, and we will see. Maybe today is the day. But I was eating pasta again a couple nights ago, and this pasta was not as plot twisty as the one during The Blonde Identity, which to me is so funny because that book was romance heavy, and this one is supposed to be like a mystery thriller, but it's not as plot twisty. So we shall see. Plot twisty pasta is not a thing yet, but I want to make it a thing. So that is funny. I have been rambling. It is, I think, yeah, it's midnight. Alexa, play Midnight by Taylor Swift. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. I will update once I finish this book. This is my mid-reading update. I'm like 65-70% of the way through the book. We shall finish it and we shall see. Goodbye. It's 4 a.m. so I'm being quick, but wait, let me show you it's 4 a.m. so you actually believe me. So anyway, it's 4 a.m. This book, I don't know what it did to my brain. There were so many, I think there were about 100 plot twists since I last updated. So that is fun, but I will come in the morning and finish the last 15 minutes. I'm actually getting a headache right now from the way this book is giving me whiplash, and the fact that I kind of need sleep. So I'm going now, and I will see you guys in the morning. I'm literally dying right now, but anyway, yeah, goodbye. And then I got to editing this video and I realized I didn't film final thoughts or final ratings. So here I am. I finished Good Bad Girl this morning, and Alice Feeney, she got me. She got me so good with her plot twists. Let's talk about this book. So I'm still stuck between if I want to give it like a 3.25 or a 3.5, because I definitely enjoyed it more than the first book we read for this video, None of This Is True by Jewell. That had me hooked, but the way this one started, it literally just had me in a chokehold. After the last time, not the last time technically, after the time I updated last night, wherein I was like 65-70% of the way through, I could not put the book down because it did not feel like ink on a page or whatever, words on a screen. It literally felt so much deeper than that. It felt like there was something in her writing, and I loved it. So in the book, there are all these like delusional people, there are all these pathological liars, but the twist of events, oh my god, the way it's so complicated, but then when you start understanding it, it gets you. A certain person can be labeled a psychopath, but when you start to understand their actions, you start to sympathize, and oh my god, I love that aspect of it so much. The way I've been saying this about both books, None of This Is True and Good Bad Girl, and I think both of their writing style, the authors, is very similar in the sense that you're in third perspective, but you're still in the person's brain, and you still see the grey side of humanity. You still want to sympathize with these characters, even though you should not be, because they're disgusting, they are mental, they need help. But here you are just reading about them and getting purely entertained, but like also shocked and you're gasping. So anyway, this book had me. I was reading till 4, and I think if I continued it from 4 in the morning and like just kept going, and finished it in a go. I may have rated it a little higher, but then I got my night's sleep, I rested, I woke up late this afternoon, literally, and I was thinking about it. I finished the book off. I understand that the stuff, it really hits you, but it does not account for how slow the beginning was. And the beginning is actually the end, and then the end is the beginning of one story, but like the other story. It does not make sense when I say it like that, but like just go read it. This is one book I'm pretty sure I'm going to be recommending to so many people. It's just my only complaint is the pacing, but still, the amount of plot twists it has, oh my god, it could be an infinite, it could be more than the stars. I'm not even joking, because like every other page at some point has a plot twist that like just hits you, and it hits you good. So anyway, I enjoyed the book. It was very entertaining. It was very interesting. I loved it. So anyway, this video was quite a success. For a little wrap up, we read None of This Is True. I ended up giving that 3 stars, maybe like a 3.25, but I'm sitting at a 3 right now. The Blonde Identity by Ali Carter. Oh my god, I haven't stopped thinking about that book. I love it. I give it a 4.25. I am making every single one of my friends read it, and if you are watching this video, I'm gonna ask you to go read it as well because it was amazing. And then finally, we just finished Good Bad Girl today by Feeney. I gave this book 3.25, maybe a 3.5 as well, because like I said, I enjoyed it more than None of This Is True. It had me hooked, yes, but the plot twists, they hit more. And the book I was saying that I have from the same author, Jewell, it's actually her most popular book. It's called Then She Was Gone. I don't have the copy with me here, it's downstairs, but I will read it. I will get to reading it. I can't wait to read more of all 3 of these authors' backlists. So if you have suggestions, if you have recommendations, leave them in the comments for me. Also, let me know if you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any video ideas. If you want me to do this kind of a video again, I really had a great time. And yeah, if there's anything you want me to know, your thoughts on these books, your thoughts on my opinions, you're very much welcome. I just want to have a conversation. I just want to chat. So comment something down below. I will respond to it eventually, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.